Mr. Speaker, we're talking about an investigation into voter fraud. I don't know if the member understands. Maybe he doesn't understand that there's now 56 ridings being investigated and that their claims that they're cooperating doesn't add up because we find out the Conservative Party lawyers delayed for 90 days to respond to Elections Canada. That's not cooperation. That's called stalling for time. So since the numbers have been traced back to Conservative Party headquarters, when is this government going to get serious about holding this party to account? Who are they covering up for?
Yep.
The Honourable Parliament Secretary and Minister of Transport.
Mr. Speaker, we've said all along that we're working proactively with Elections Canada in order to find out exactly what went on in the riding of Guelph. Mr. Speaker, that is in stark contrast to the approach of the NDP, which, when it accepted $340,000 in illegal union money, they didn't cooperate with Elections Canada or anyone else. They tried to cover it up so that Canadians wouldn't find out. Well, they found out, and the NDP will be held accountable by the Canadian people.
Honourable member for Timmins, James Bay.
Mr. Speaker, the member needs to update his Rolodex of sleazy excuses. The Conservatives claim that the issue of Guelph was one kid. We're talking about 56 ridings and the fact that they've refused to answer to Elections Canada. Speaking of which, there's the Labrador minister who's refused to come clean about his breaking of elections laws, refused to explain why he had free flights, and refused to explain why he and his campaign manager was promoted by the Prime Minister after they broke the rules. So since it's worked out so well for him, I'd like to ask the member for Labrador, does he take the issue of election crime seriously? Yes or no?
The Honourable Parliament Secretary and Minister of Transport.
Of course he does. I think all Canadians take it seriously when they learn that a political party takes $340,000 in illegal union money. On this side of the House, we have a member of Parliament from Labrador who's working hard to defend the interests of the people he represents and working to create jobs in his community. And what does the opposition do? They attack him for spending too much time in his community and spending too much effort creating jobs for his constituents. Mr. Speaker, those are the kind of attacks that I think we can live with.